Welcome to Great Guitarist of the Rock Era. If you're a lover of heavy metal and hard rock, you're in for a treat. Today we'll take a look at rock royalty, a titan of the guitar, and the force behind some of the most iconic riffs in rock history. Today we dive into the legendary life of Fast Eddie Clarke. Before we get started, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell for more stories. Edward Allen Clarke, born on October 5th, 1950, in Twickenham, London, was destined to leave a permanent mark on the rock world. Before he became Fast Eddie, he started off in various local bands, honing his craft and preparing for the big leagues. Clarke began playing guitar at a young age, and by the time he was 15 years old, he had been through many local bands. He continued playing in local bands until 1973. In 1973, he joined Curtis Knight's blues prog rock band, Zeus. The album The Second Coming was released in 1974, and the album Sea of Time would also be released in 1974. He attended a recorded jam session with guitarist Alan Callan, keyboardist Nicky Hogarth, and drummer Chris Perry. As a result of the tracks from this session, the quartet secured a deal with Anchor Records and called the band Blue Goose. With the recording contract secured, Clarke, Hogarth, and Perry left Zeus to focus on their new project. Nothing materialized from the project, and Clarke soon formed another band with bassist Charlie Tumhai, vocalist Ann McCluskey, and drummer Jim Thompson. Called Continuous Performance, the lineup lasted only until 1975, when their demo tracks failed to secure them a record deal and the band split up. Still out to secure a record deal, Clarke then formed a group with Hogarth from Blue Goose, bass player Tony Cousins, and drummer Terry Slater. Their efforts to get a record deal were also unsuccessful, and Clarke temporarily gave up on the music industry. In 1976, Clarke was working on refitting a houseboat when he met drummer Phil Taylor, who had recently joined Motorhead. The drummer suggested he join the band as his second guitarist alongside then-member Larry Wallace. Clarke accepted, and Wallace quit soon after, paving the way for the classic three-piece power trio Motorhead lineup that would redefine the genre. Motorhead's raw energy and Clarke's blistering guitar work were a match made in rock heaven. Their debut self-titled album would be released in 1977, recorded over a weekend as the band was ready to call it quits. The album had minor chart success and was the blueprint for the Motorhead sound. March of 1979 saw the release of the album Overkill. It was an unexpected success and showcased the band's phenomenal skills, with riffs that were fast, furious, and unforgettable. The album Bomber was released in October of 1979 and continued the trio's sonic assault on metal. The Ace of Spades album, released in 1980, is a masterclass in rock guitar. Tracks like Shoot You in the Back and Jailbait are pure adrenaline, but it's the title track that really cemented Clarke's place in the pantheon of guitar gods. The live album, No Sleep Till Hammersmith, was released in 1981 and would debut at number 1 in the UK. The band started to fracture as they worked on the 1982 album, Iron Fist. Coming off the success of the last two albums, the band was not satisfied with the recording of the album, which was co-produced by Clarke. Fast Eddie's journey with Motorhead came to an end in 1982. He left the band during the Iron Fist tour, leaving fans wondering what was next for the guitar hero. Clarke didn't stay idle long. He formed Fastway with UFO bassist Pete Way. Way would leave the band just before they signed with CBS. Their self-titled debut album in 1983 was a hit, blending Clarke's signature style with a new melodic edge. Fastway was a breath of fresh air on the 80s rock scene. Tracks like Say What You Will and We Become One showcased Eddie's versatility and proved he was more than just a metal guitarist. All Fired Up in 1984 was even more melodic and continued the bluesy rock from the first album. I love every track on this album. Fastway would take a short break and reconvene in 1986 on Waiting for the Roar with a new drummer and bass player. Clarke did not have any writing credits on this album. The soundtrack album for the movie Trick or Treat was also released in 1986 and would be the last with singer Dave King. After the band split up again, Clarke moved back to London and met up with singer Leah Hart. Still using the name Fastway, they recorded the On Target album released in 1988, and the album Bad Bad Girls was released in 1990. The album The Muggers Tapes by the Muggers was released in 1993. The band included Clarke and Phil Filthy Animal Taylor with John Speedy Keene and Billy Rath. In 1994, Clarke released his first solo album, It Ain't Over Till It's Over. Clarke continued to make music and tour, keeping the spirit of rock and roll alive. In 2007, the Fast Eddie Clarke Anthology CD was released, covering different eras of Clarke's career. It would also include reforming Fastway with singer Toby Jepson and a return to playing live, including the Download Festival. They would release Eat Dog Eat in 2011 as Fastway. Clarke's second solo album, 2014's Make My Day, Back to the Blues, would be his last release. Clarke would pass away January 10th, 2018, after battling pneumonia. Fast Eddie Clarke was more than just a guitarist. He was a legend. His riffs, solos, and sheer energy left an indelible mark on the world of rock. So next time you listen to Ace of Spades or any Motorhead or Fastway classic, crank it up and remember the incredible talent of Fast Eddie Clarke. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more guitar legends, and let us know in the comments who you want to see next. Keep rocking, and we'll see you next time.